Hey everybody, welcome to our VectorVest YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins. Love bringing these videos out to you. Today we're going to be talking about low dollar, high yield stocks. And you know something? You don't want to get caught up in chasing the yield, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. If you want to see what stocks I got for you today that are low dollar, high yield stocks, you sit right there. Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. And again, as I mentioned, love bringing these videos out to your attention. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, please don't forget, take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be alerted to when new content like this comes out. And if you like the video, hit the like button. Let people out there in YouTube land know what we're doing over here so we can help them become better investors as well. All right, so today we're going to talk about high yield stocks. Now, the difference in chasing yield and looking at the prospect of really good yielding stocks is a problem, or it could be a little tricky. A lot of people like to chase yield. And you know something? Dividend yield is a product of price action. When price goes up, dividend yield will tend to go down. When the stock's price goes down, dividend yield will tend to go up. But it's a nice happy space when you can find when dividend is good, whether it's going, the yield is going up or down, that it's a good yield and that earnings is going higher and that the dividend is going higher. And that puts you in a good happy spot when looking at high yielding stocks. Don't get caught out there just chasing yield. All right, so as we get into this, we're going to, no news today, no news. We're going to strictly talk about 3 stocks that I've gone through for you. Now, before I look at these stocks, if you are a VectorVest subscriber, I want you to know that we do the work, you reap the rewards. If I go down to our dividend payers watch list in the viewers area, go down to watch list viewer and look at dividend payers, notice that we've got a list of monthly dividend payers. So the stocks that we're going to look at today are not only do they pay a dividend, but they pay a dividend monthly. That means you get paid 12 times a year instead of 4. So that's the advantage of looking at monthly dividend payers. If you are a subscriber, though, you can go through and look for these stocks. I've gone through that process and I cherry-picked 3 stocks that were all below $10 that had good dividend yields. All right, so these are my stocks that I'm going to look at today. Whitestone REIT, Eaton Vance Senior Inc., and Franklin University something or other. These 2 happen to be ETFs. This one happens to be a stock or a REIT. Notice that they're all either buy or hold recommendations. So we're going to analyze them real quick. WSR, $9.75 with a value of $13. Nicely undervalued. Relative value, the stock has got great upside potential. This REIT should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 52% over the next 1 to 3 years. So this stock should outperform the market. Now we're going to give up some safety. We're going to give a little bit of volatility into this. We're going to give up some safety. They are lower dollar stocks, but you know something? These stocks are all in an uptrend right now. Our master indicator VST shows that it's a great stock, and this is very important when looking at yielding stocks. I want to make sure that they've got price growth persistence. Now, when a dividend gets paid, the stock goes down, the price or the amount of the dividend, but I want to make sure that even after that happened, the stock's got the upside ability to keep going higher, and CI is going to play a role in that. Now, notice that this stock's got an earnings per share of $1.49, but grows their earnings at a clip of 31% a year, dividend yield of 4%, and it pays a dividend of 43 cents per share. So remember, depending on how many shares you have, you will get paid monthly for that dividend. These other 2 are ETFs, so price and value will be the same. RV and RS will also be the same at 1, but they are both up in an uptrend. RT above 1 and VST also above 1. You're not going to have the earnings growth or the earnings per share, but you do have the dividend yield, 5.8, 5.96%. In this current market climate, these are really good dividend yields to go along with the stock. All right, so again, no news today, but analyzing them, I like what I see. And now when I go look at a graph, I'm going to graph them all. And normally I look at a 3-month graph. I'm going to put this on a 1-year graph, and I've got other things on the graph. One, bottom left, top right, a little bit of topsy-turviness. Now remember I told you about the yield? Normally when a stock's price falls, the dividend yield will rise. When a stock's price rises, the dividend yield will fall. Now, even right now, with the stock's price rising, sitting at a resistance level of about $10.04, the dividend yield is falling, but if I scroll down, the dividend yield is still at 4.4%. That's good. Now, let's couple that with the price action or the dividend bumping up. Over the last year, you're getting paid more in the dividend. The dividend is growing. Now, in the VectorVest software, we have something called Dividend Safety. I'm going to add that. Dividend Safety is on a scale between 0 and 99. Above 1, the stock's got a good opportunity to either maintain or grow their dividend. So I see the bump up in dividend. The dividend safety is at 62. That's a great number that they will be able to continue to pay out that dividend. All right, so that's on WSR. I'd like to see the stock's price break above that level of 10.04, but if you own the stock, leave it alone. Monthly dividend, safe dividend, and it bumped up, and earnings growth rate on the stock is rising along with rising earnings as well. Let's go to the next stock. Now, this, man, bottom left, top right, really moving up, and I'm going to put on my airplane here. Look at that, nicely taking off, moving higher. Now, because it's an ETF, you're not going to see things like earnings and earnings growth, but look at this stair-step effect on dividend. They are continuing to grow their dividend. And even with that, the stock's price is rising, hitting a new high. Now, the dividend yield is pulled back, but still sitting at 5.88%. That's a great dividend yield on a $6.97 stock. It's a 97-cent stock that's hitting a new high. Whew, you can't ask. And that is a closed-end fund, but you can buy it, and it pays a monthly dividend. And the last stock we're going to look at is Franklin Unit. This is another one. Has the train left the station? Is it too late? No, the stock's pulled back for the last 3 days. Still above the 20-day exponential moving average. Love the movement. Look at the bump up in dividend. And you know something? When they grew their dividend, the dividend yield rose. Look at that. And now rose up to like 650. It's pulled back down now to about 596. But that's a great dividend yield on a stock that's trading at $8.56. Dividend safety at 58. It's a safe dividend. It's a growing dividend. And it's a low dollar stock that pays that dividend on a monthly basis. Look at that, really staying above the 20-day. Watch it now. If you're still in it and you're looking at the stock's ability to pay the dividend, it is safe, it is growing. Now, at some point in time, you have to make sure if the stock's price pulls back, is the dividend still worth it on a downtrending stock? But look at this stock, definitely moving higher. All right, so today was just 3 stocks to look at that were low dollar stocks, paying a high dividend, but getting a better understanding that just because the dividend is high, there's other things to look at. Is the dividend rising? Is the stock's price rising? Is the earnings rising? These are the things that you need to take into effect when looking at high dividend yielding stocks. But today we got and found you 3 out of all of the stocks that we track, found you 3 good ones to consider that pay that monthly dividend that have rising dividends as well. All right, so with that, folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.